Rated everyone.
Hi guys, and welcome to the grand final of the FIFA 22 PlayStation tournaments. Welcome to the team. I've been around since the beginning of this journey, seeing some of the players being involved, seeing everyone compete every now and then as well. And now we're here to see the end of it and see who walks away with the big overall win. It's been fun. It's been exciting. I've been receiving lots of tweets and lots of tweets about it. Some fun, some not so fun, but that's the competition that's been involved with the Welcome to the Team tournament. It's going to be a fun evening, guys. We have got lots of FIFA on show, lots of different Ultimate Team items you guys may have not seen before, and we're also going to be joined by some professional footballers, which you guys will have seen involved in the tournament as well. Basically, guys, everyone has been looking to win a game with a professional footballer. That was the number one that I saw there. You're also going to win, or someone's going to win, a signed shirt as well for playing with them, and lots of FIFA points, which we all love and would love to spend as well during our time on FIFA. So what's going to happen, guys? We have got Pedri, the footballer from Barcelona, who is going to be joined with Adnan. Yeah, Adnan, that's it, guys. So we've got Pedri and Adnan, which are Team Pedri, who's going to be up against Team Canate, which is Canate of Liverpool, and Jose as well. They're going to be playing with the fans team. So both Adnan and Jose will be using the teams which they used to qualify for and play on Ultimate Team on the daily basis as well. It's going to be an interesting tournament, and this is hopefully going to be the start of something for a lot of people who've been involved in this PlayStation tournament. PlayStation are looking to make it more competitive and more accessible as well. And I'm sure a lot of you guys watching right now will have been involved in this specific tournament in some way, shape or form. So the format, guys, it is a best of 5. We don't do draws around here. Well, we could do, but we're not. Extra time, then penalties to determine the winners. So basically, guys, it's the first one to 3, and they walk away as the champions of the PlayStation tournament. Welcome to the team. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. And we're going to be joined by 2 casters as well, which are hopefully going to carry me through today. We are going to be joined by guys Brandon and Richard. Hello, guys.
Hello. It's great to be here.
What are you looking forward to the most?
Ooh, go on, Rich.
I'll let you go. Oh, you know what? I'll take the floor. I think when you consider that these two, they've been on a journey throughout the long qualification process. We were talking off camera just before, Bates, and you were saying you've been involved since October and September. So you've seen this blossoming journey for these two competitors. Now, this is the pinnacle. This is what it's all about. Not only are you playing on PlayStation's live social media channels, you're getting hosted by the big man Batesum himself, but also you get the opportunity to play with a professional footballer. Not only that, 2 of sort of the best up-and-coming and, at the moment, charismatic FIFA footballers in the world. That's Canate, that's Pedri. Pedri is one of the highest-rated... Is he the highest-rated future star? I think he might be. He's one of the most expensive players on the game currently as well. Incredible performer. You got, on the other hand, Canate. He's been there. He's doing it right now for Liverpool, and he's going to have a very successful season. Not only are we going to watch them, not only are we going to see someone victorious, but also very soon indeed we're going to be hearing from those two as well. Brandon, what are you excited for?
Yeah, I mean, echoing everything you've just said there, Rich, but more importantly, I had a little bit of a dig back today, and the video, Bates, where you promoted this as the original sign-up. I think I looked and there's like 1,200 people that signed up for both of the qualifiers, with only one spot available to be here tonight and to be involved in tonight's show. So phenomenal achievement from these guys. And they had to go through 8 rounds of qualification to get through to this stage, or 8 rounds of FIFA they had to win. Perfect records, 8-0, got them here tonight. As you mentioned, Bates, and some brilliant prizes they've already won. I believe social media shout-outs, signed shirts, FIFA points, who doesn't love them? And then the chance to basically get your game commentated on live tonight. So massive opportunity for them, and I think they're certainly going to enjoy it.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. No one's touched on the 2v2 aspect as well, which is something this year we've seen a lot of in different tournaments. Obviously, there's some of the tournaments we've seen, these are pro teams playing together, but this one's a very different element because it's two players which have probably never ever played together and probably will never play again in the future. So you guys looking forward to seeing the type of gameplay which could be on show today as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I think when you look at 2v2, there's a certain element of unpredictability in it, whether that's you've not played with your teammate before, maybe there's a language barrier as well between the two teammates. You speak the language of FIFA. You know how you want to play. You know how you want to maneuver on the pitch. And look, as sort of as fun and as enjoyable this is going to be, there's big opportunities for the two fans and also professional footballers. The reason they're professional, the reason they're playing for two of the most elite Premier League, La Liga, world football clubs is they win at all costs. They're not going to want to lose. They don't want to come onto a main stage and lose these 5 games. It is best of 5, but it could be done with a 3-0 victory for one of the two sides. We also have to say one leg of FIFA, typically over FIFA esports and maybe what the fans are used to, would be that 2-legged format. It's going to be a one and done, extra time and penalties if we are in a draw after the 90 minutes to find out who's going to be walking away with a point after the 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 games.
Yeah, it's looking really good and something we're looking forward to. Now, we get to chat to, just quickly, some of the people who are involved, guys. We get to chat to Pedri and Adnan and see how they are feeling up and coming ready for this tournament, which is about to take place tonight. How are you doing, guys?
Hey, I'm doing good.
Hey, you okay? So
Yes.
we got some questions for you. We're going to put you guys on the spot straight away. Obviously, you're going to be under a lot of pressure tonight with all the FIFA on show. But we're going to start with you, Adnan. It's going to be a very generic FIFA question, all right? Very simple one.
Yes.
Who is your favourite icon in FIFA 22?
My favorite icon, I guess I had to say Ronaldinho because he's a magician. He do everything on the pitch what he wants. Yeah.
No, that's a good one. And obviously that sets up nicely because we're expecting lots of skills tonight on show as well. And Pedri, you are the highest rated teenager in FIFA 22. How does that feel?
¿Quién es el jugador más valorado de FIFA 22? ¿Cómo lo sientes?
Bueno, bien, la verdad que muy bien. La verdad que la carta que han sacado ahora en el Ultimate Team es muy buena.
Oh, brilliant. Have you guys got any questions for them, Richard and Brandon?
Yeah, I'd like to ask Adnan firstly. Adnan, sort of, what's the pressure coming into this tournament? I mean, you're playing with Pedri. There's a lot on the line. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling very excited, and you had to say it that the language barrier is a problem, I guess. But I guess we are looking forward to win, and yeah, it's enormous.
I can say the language of football will be on display between those two tonight. And my final question to Pedri would be, Pedri, you played in the FIFA 22 Challenge earlier this year with Gravison. How did you enjoy that experience? Because as a duo in 2v2 FIFA, you played really, really well.
Bueno, la experiencia, la verdad que me lo pasé muy bien. Creo que no ganamos por poco y la verdad tenía una pareja muy buena y muy competitiva.
So one thing we have got left to show is the team that you're going to be using today. Obviously, a lot of us are FIFA 22 Ultimate Team fanatics, and we've seen a brief look at your team. Is there any standout players in your team that you're going to be looking forward to using tonight, Adnan, and ones which you hope Pedri can take control of and bag some important goals for you?
Yeah, I have Messi bite 1 hour ago, so I guess he knows Messi and knows what he do actually in FIFA also. And I have Neymar, Mbappe. I guess this is a good team to start with.
Yeah, that looks very good. So with that, guys, we're going to let you prepare for your game tonight and get warmed up a little bit. And we're going to chat to the next duo and see how they're feeling as well. Hopefully you guys have a good night. Enjoy yourselves.
Best of luck, guys.
What do you guys think of the team, Richard and Brandon? You've seen it in the flesh.
Yeah.
It looks quite good.
Yeah, I do. I think when you look at that team on paper, there's a couple of players in there that maybe you'd swap out, but look, that front three, it's dangerous. You talked about Messi. Did Adnan coming in off the right-hand side? We know how strong the finesse shot is at the moment. Little lateral heel-to-heel, or Megidi, I should say Berber spin inside, little Berber cancel potentially, and then that finesse shot into the far post. It's a very viable way of scoring in FIFA. However, little spoiler for people watching at home, it is the weaker of the two squads, because the squad that we're going to be coming up with from Jose is a serious team. It'd even give your team a run for its money, Bateson.
I wouldn't go that far. But there is also, before I jump into Brandon, there is one player that I've noticed in Adnan's team, Mandanda, just randomly in the goalkeeper position. Now, that could be... It could be trouble waiting to happen, but then again, it could be something where he's actually insane and no one's ever used him before, so we have no idea. But seeing a random, he's got Saliba, Varane, and then he's got Mandanda in there, so that's going to be an interesting one for you guys to keep an eye on during your commentary. So, with that said, guys, we've had a look at the team, had a chat to Pedri and Adnan, and now we're going to move over to Konate and Jose and welcome them to the team. How are you guys doing, Jose and Konate? How are you doing today? You good?
How are you? Good, and you?
Yeah, good, thank you. So you're looking forward to playing some FIFA 22 tonight in a 2v2 format and taking away the win, Jose?
Yeah. Come on, can you repeat, please?
Are you looking forward to hopefully taking home the win tonight with Konate as your partner? Obviously, it's a nice 2v2 element, and you guys get to play together and take on Pedri and Adnan as well.
I'm so excited. I think it's a great opportunity to share team with Konate. So we will try to get funny for a while and try to win.
That's awesome. Good luck to you. Konate, now I'm going to point out there, I'm a massive Liverpool fan, and I'm going to ask you a Liverpool-orientated question. I'm going to get it in there. It's probably the only one I'm going to get to ask, right? You previously said Sergio Ramos and Virgil van Dijk are some of your football role models. Now, what's it like playing with Virgil?
Yes, it's unbelievable. I think everybody see how we can do and how we did in the before, but it's crazy to play with him. I learned a lot about him, but not just about him, about Matip, about Gomez, and about every player on this team. And I am very happy to be to this team today.
That's brilliant. And now you get to give some experience to Jose as well in teamwork, which should be good. Brandon and Richard, you got any questions for them at all?
Yeah. I want to ask Jose about your ultimate team squad. We're going to be commentating the game. Who should we be looking out for to be the goal scorer for yourself?
I think that any forward from my team could be important for this game. I think we have a good team, good balance. Maybe Mbappe is the key of the team.
I mean,
look at that squad.
I think good one word to describe that team. It's an unbelievable team. Konate, what is your FIFA 22 experience like in terms of how confident are you going into tonight's games?
No, me, I don't have this level. I think I don't have the level of Jose or Adnan. I don't know. We will see today. But me, I just play for funny with my friend when they came at home and everything. But now I see the team of Jose. I am, what is this team? It's crazy, I swear. It's unbelievable.
I'm just looking at one player in Jose's team, and it's that Red Mbappe. I think everyone was trying to chase that one, and you were one of the lucky guys to walk away with it. So congrats on that, first of all. I know you're going to be making a lot of people jealous today. So how do you guys think you're going to get on tonight in the 2v2. I don't know if you've seen any of Pedri's FIFA skills, but he's a very skillful FIFA player we've seen in the past. And obviously it's going to be nice for two footballers to go head-to-head, as well as Adnan and Jose going head-to-head as well. Obviously, congratulations on getting this far already, 8-0 unbeaten, but someone's going to be beaten tonight. Hopefully it's not you guys, though. So I'm going to let you guys get on and get practicing and get ready for your first games in the Welcome to the Team PlayStation tournament. It should be fun. Honestly, that team is unreal. Like, if I was to see both of them side by side, I know which everyone's going to pick in this broadcast, right?
I mean, it was just not only the attack, but the defense as well. Just team of the year, team of the year, team of the year, team of the year. Just across the board. We heard as well that he went out and purchased Kevin De Bruyne hours before the show started. So clearly, he knows what he wants. He knows that he wants to win. Brandon, you've seen a lot of Ultimate Team squads. That's got to be right up there as one of the better teams that you've seen.
I think you've seen team of the year, team of the year, team of the team. And then on the other side, you see Steve Mandanda. And the other variants of in-game items. The thing that's going to be interesting here for me is we know that Pedri's a very good FIFA player. He's partnered with, of course, his teammate. I believe, obviously, he's German compared to Pedri being Spanish. There's not going to be much communication there between the two of them in a 2v2. I think there's going to be more communication between Jose and Konate, and the team difference is clearly on that side too. So, I mean, 2v2 isn't necessarily, Bateson, the two best FIFA players together. There's so many factors in there. You know, the team they're going to be using, the communication, and that's what's going to be a really big factor across these this best of five. Yeah,
well, I played some 2v2 in Rivals, and I played with a substandard FIFA player before in Marshall, and even though I see myself one of the better players, it's just one of them things where you can only carry someone so far, you know. So that's hope. Well, I think we're gonna see that tonight in a few ways. Obviously, we know Pedri's very skilled, got pretty far, maybe on the level of Jota. We don't know. And then we've got Jose, who looks very confident. He has the better team, and I've also noticed the manager choice he's got in his team as well, which is obviously a lot for the hardcore FIFA players. So it's going to be fun to watch tonight. Anyway, should we put on some early bets? Who you guys going to think is going to be picking up for winning game number 1?
See, I don't like sitting on the fence, but I'm going to sit on the fence for one game. Because to me, the unknown element in this is Konate. If Konate is any decent, I think it's a pretty easy clean sweep, simply just for the squad. But if Konate is not it when it comes to FIFA, I think it's going to be a comfortable victory for Adnan and Pedri. And you spoke about you playing with Marshall. I've played with numerous different people as well, and it's all about chemistry. You don't necessarily, you can't just put two people together and expect them to play. It takes a little bit of time to develop that. So maybe over the course of game 1 and game 2, we'll start to see these partnerships form, because 5 games of FIFA is quite a long time. Like, if it goes to game 5, you're going to have built up quite a little bit of a repertoire with each other, and it could hopefully come down to penalties. Imagine game 5 penalty shootout, Konate against Pedri. It's going to be scenes, but no, I'm very, very excited, Bateson.
No, it's going to be a good one. And obviously, we heard the chuckle from, I don't know if you guys heard that, a little chuckle from Konate when he saw Jose's team. And I'm going to go with team strength on game 1. I'm going to go with a win with Jose. What about yourself, Brandon? That's too easy for me. I haven't even explained why. But he's got red and black. That's the reason why.
You might just think I'm just saying this, but honestly, I've actually say the exact same that Rich said. I think whoever wins the first game, I'll go out on a limb and say that whoever wins the first game takes the whole series. I doubt we're going to see a 3-0. I don't think we're going to see a clean sweep tonight. I think we'll see a 3-1. We'll go to round 4 in the game, and I believe we are ready to jump into the first game, Bateson.
No, hey, you're good. Go and enjoy the first game, guys.
Well, here we go. Then this is the PlayStation Meet the Team, and we are officially underway in this game. It will be the duo of Pedri and Adnan from left to right, playing in that Spanish strip, that red Spanish strip from left to right. And on the flip side, it will be Konate and Jose. What an opportunity this is for these guys, Richard. Over thousands upon thousands signed up via the PlayStation tournament's menus back in November for the chance to be here tonight, many months onwards, And now they're here for a chance to play with their football heroes, but also for a chance to compete on the biggest of stages.
No, absolutely. It's such a grand opportunity that's been offered up by PlayStation. And there's loads more opportunities just like this one on the PlayStation Tournaments website. You can access it. You can get involved across a wide range of different games. Little bit of sort of intel for people at home who might be wondering. Adnan and Pedri from left to right. Jose and Konate from right to left. Adnan is the red icon. Pedri is the blue cursor. Chance here for Konate and Jose. Comes to nothing in the end. Jose is the yellow icon and Konate is the white. So if you're looking for the professional footballers, Pedri is blue, Konate is white.
Yeah, there's quite a lot to read into about Pedri. Obviously, 19 years of age playing his football at Barcelona as they come forward now. Pedri nearly being the provider there with David Ginola out on that right-hand side. But he's a very keen FIFA player. 19 years of age, as I said. He did compete in the FIFA 22 Challenge. Quite a while back that was. And he had an unbelievable run in the tournament. However, he might be 1-0 down here. He goes out for a corner. He teamed up with Gravison, Dux Gravison, the fellow Spaniard. And out of the 8 teams that did partake in that tournament, they made it to the grand final, losing to another Liverpool player, obviously teammates of Konate. It was Diogo Jota and Tex who made a formidable duo. Of course, that took place back in October last year. Since then, we've had, what, a good few months to get better at FIFA 22, and that's going to be interesting to see if we can see that come out from Pedri today with his teammate in Adnan. The communication might not be there. There might be a bit of a language barrier, but they'll be talking the language of football and maybe beautiful football. It's something that we might see on display across this best of 5.
Early indications so far. Certainly a more possession style of play here from Konate and Jose. Expect those team of the year items to be fruitful in front of goal. Especially that red Mbappe who was getting all of the headlines before kickoff.
Yeah, what makes this game a little bit more special with the PlayStation Meet the Team, Richard, is that, as we know, we mentioned it as we opened the show, they are both future star in-game items in the game. And they've got incredible in-game items as well. Just check the market before we came on today. 1.6 million coins that Pedri is still valued at. Flip side for Konate, still a very good usable in-game item. 300,000 coins, you can pick him up on the FIFA market. If you have just tuned in, this is the PlayStation Tournaments. Welcome to the team. The best of 5 series between professional footballers and FIFA challengers that have made it for a very competitive tournament for the chance to be here tonight. Maybe a chance to come forward again for Jose and Konate. 30 minutes played here. Not too much to talk about. Who do you think started the better of the two? I think you're going to have to lean into Pedri and Adnan, who might have their first chance in the goal maybe now. This is Pedri controlling the ball with Neymar. Maybe wanting to do a bit too much. We've been there in a 2v2 before, Richard, me and you, at a very different level, no doubt. And I know you were always a man for a skill. Here's Pedri looking for the first goal. Well. We said he might be the star of the show. And he might just be that.
Yeah, what a goal it was. Kylian Mbappe, the goal scorer. It was one high up the pitch from Pedri. He was the player to win it back with Neymar, and then love a little bit of left stick dribbling. Weren't really too much technical about it. Just nobody shut him down.
There's your first goal. In the best of 5 format, as we said, 3 wins is what you're looking for. Now it's all to do for Jose. And Konate, who said that he plays this game just for fun with friends. Maybe he doesn't fancy himself in a FUT Champions Weekend League, which he's understanding. There's not many people that do fancy themselves across 20 games of a very high level FIFA.
I also know a lot of the professional footballers, they'll jump on pro clubs, they'll play a little bit of Volta here and there as well, alongside Ultimate Team. So it is certainly something that they do engage with, playing a lot of FIFA. But at the moment, it's Pedri and Adnan dominating the ball.
Both of them equally having the quality and the belief to do some skill moves. And back to the point about the ultimate team choices. It's no doubt Jose that's got the stronger team with, I believe I counted roughly about 6 Team of the Year in-game items, maybe more. David Ginola also in there, a red, Kylian Mbappe. That man was very lucky in his red picks after one weekend league earlier this season. However, on the stroke of half-time, they trail. This is your scores at the half-time point in this PlayStation tournament. Welcome to the team. It is the duo of Adnan and Barcelona superstar Pedri that do lead at the break at 1-0. Richard, break down to me the stats of that. I mean, there wasn't too much to talk about and too much to break down, but the obvious one is that someone's had a shot and someone hasn't had a shot.
Yeah, you can see the game currently as it stands. The stats relatively even, to be honest with you. There's really not too much to dissect as you see all 4 player cams as we jump into the second half of action. Plenty left to do for Konate and Jose if they want to try and turn this game around.
It's great that we can see all the players and their reactions in game. I'm sure we'll be catching some interviews across this evening, depending on how each game and match result does go. Just don't think we will see a clean sweep of 3-0 today. I do think the team that wins the first game will no doubt dominate. Only 50 minutes played here. In shall go. Rafael Varane was waiting there for the ball. Flashback Varane that probably cost you whole of your ultimate team to try and build. Certainly worth it though in the end of it.
Good chance here, potentially.
There's a man at the back post. They can find him. Ginola finds the cutback. Messi on that left boot. You can't give him time there because he'll always be causing you all sorts of problems. We've seen how many players left foot finesse that into the top corner at a pro level and at a casual level. And very nearly. We saw exactly that. Brilliant feed, Ginola. This is Pedri now, just skilling and moving in around the box. Brilliantly done.
Oh, rebound.
Might get a second bite of the cherry, might get a third bite of the cherry. And so they will. 2-0. And it's a brilliant start.
It's slightly fortunate how the ball ended up at Mbappe's feet, but it was the great work down the left-hand byline from David Ginola and Pedri controlling him for that fact. Weaving in and out. First shot saved. Second shot deflection. 3 is the lucky number. Great effort there from Lionel Messi, just poking it around. Good save from Team Donnarumma. He's not had much to do as of yet. Steve Mandanda, actually, my mistake.
He stayed in the team.
It's Donnarumma on the other side for Jose currently. Steve Mandanda between the sticks.
Maybe we've got to ask about that at the end of this game. Got to ask. Adnan,
why?
I think this is. Why Steve Mandanda? I mean, don't get me wrong, if there's a personal chemistry or a reason there, then I'm all for it. But there's plenty more goalkeepers in game that you could buy cheap, and no doubt will be high rated. And no offence to Steve, it will be potentially give you a bigger and better performance out there. Certainly, we'll be interested to ask that. 20 minutes left of this first game in this PlayStation tournament. Welcome to the team at the moment. It's Adnan. On for a third with Pedri, and so close with David Ginola to get that third. Now win a corner. Well, one more goal would certainly seal the deal here. In a few words, Richard, what just hasn't happened for Jose and Konate? I mean, they have been able to create one or two more chances in this second half, but they just haven't had really that clean chance at goal, have they?
Just not created enough, as you said, clear-cut opportunities in the final third, really. It's been half chances. That big opportunity came through Bateson at the back post. Bateson, Messi at the back post. We'll be catching up with Bateson after the game. And Messi just stuck it straight into the defender.
One more goal, if they do get it, will certainly seal the deal for match one here. Remember, it's a best-of-5 format. You win 3 games. And that is job done. You will be the champion here tonight. Pele, who comes on to try and save the day.
Is in? Oh.
Nearly was, if it wasn't for Lucas Paqueta, who's had a quiet day in the midfield, a player that someone that you can see the pro levels players use in their teams. Lucas Paqueta, the Brazilian midfielder. And he can add extra spice into the midfield. Do you think this first game is a bit of a feeling out process, though? Trying to work out how you're going to play as a duo, what the communication's like. Obviously, we can't hear or see that at the moment. I mean, there might be no communication with Adnan being based in Germany. Pedri, obviously, born and bred in Spain and fluent in Spanish, as we saw from our interview within the start of this tournament process. But if they're winning 2-0 and they're playing as they are, you can forget about communication, because at the moment, they're playing very well.
Let the FIFA do the talking as Steve Mandanda reclaims that ball there for Adnan and Pedri. I've been very impressed just with the attacking display from these two. They're happy to keep possession. They're happy to play forward in stages. It's not rushed passes. It's not sort of firing the ball into their attackers and trying to make something happen. Everything's got a purpose.
This is Pedri. Look at Pedri go on his own now. David Ginola. Brilliant FIFA. You think these two have been playing all night? The first game they played together as a two.
What a goal. That feat from Pedri in the box, by the way, with David Ginola. He was dancing. Simple cutback. 3-0. You asked for the predictions at the start of the game, and we said it will all depend on how this first match goes to see how Adnan and Pedri are clicking. They are working together like they've been playing FIFA for years together.
They're doing more than clicking, Richard. They're working together like a house on fire, them two. And Steve Mandanda might have been in goal that game, but I tell you what, he had a very quiet day in the office, did Steve Mandanda. Bates, we'll bring you back into the conversation. You had the opportunity to sit back and watch that one. 3-0. I mean, at the moment, is an indicator of how this is going to go as a best-of-5. There's one team at the moment that are on form.
It's that was a very interesting game. A lot of very, very advanced FIFA seen by Pedri and Adnan. Mandanda wasn't really tested as well. That was another surprising fact. And I was called Messi for a back post header, but it wasn't. Thanks, Richard.
I apologize, I got your hopes up for half a second. I mean,
no, but it was fun. It was a good fun to watch, wasn't it? 3-0, very, very convincing result going into another, minimum of 2 games. But after that performance, it's looking like it could be over rather quickly, unless Canate and Jose do something in the next game.
I think what you said there, just as you came back in, the advanced FIFA, I think, obviously, whenever we get professional footballers, we don't know what to expect. But it was so clean, and we've got the opportunity to actually catch up with them now. Bateson, take it away.
Yeah, Pedri and Adnan are with us now. We're going to ask them how that first game went and how they're feeling after the first result. Obviously, very convincing 3-0 victory. A lot of skills on display from both of you as well. How did that feel, Adnan, to get the first game out of the way?
Yeah, feels very good because Pedri is better than I thought. And we hadn't had the best communication, but we had it in our mind to play the right way. So it was very good.
Are you looking forward to the next game now? Even though it's going to be coming thick and fast, you're happy and ready to go?
Yeah, hopefully we win this.
Nice. And Pedri, obviously, a lot of very, very good FIFA skills on the show from both of you. Which was your favourite goal out of the three which went in the back of the net?
Pues la verdad que tengo muchos, sobre todo los que tengan mucha agilidad y sean bajitos me encantan, pero bueno, el gol que más me ha gustado yo creo que ha sido el primero. El que abre la lata siempre es el que más me gusta.
The goal he liked the most was the one that the first one they scored, the opener.
Yeah, and obviously that goal was massive as well. Obviously, calms you all down, settles it, and puts the pressure on Konate and Jose. Richard and Brandon, have you got any questions for them both?
Yeah, I just want to ask Pedri quickly. You are so good at FIFA. How often do you play?
¿Cuánto juegas?
Bueno, la verdad que suelo jugar, no, ahora últimamente no estoy jugando mucho, pero siempre juego pues casi todas las tardes, juego 1 horita o 2.
He likes to play a lot. Lately he didn't play a lot, but normally he likes to play 1 or 2 hours a day sometimes, in the evenings.
And just a quick one from me before we jump into our loser interview from that first game. Adnan, Steve Mandanda in goal. Tell us why. Why? I know he kept a clean sheet, but why Steve Mandanda?
So I have this thing since FIFA 18 or so to have the keeper that I have in my team, in my club to play, and not spend coins for my keeper, because I think the keeper is wasted in FIFA, so you don't have to spend coins on the keeper. So that is my philosophy.
I somewhat agree with that. It's just strange that you've got the French back line and then you don't have Magnan or Lloris, you know. So it's if you enjoy it and you're having fun, that's the way it is. Good luck in your next game, guys, and it's a pleasure to speak to you. Get them fingers warm, and hopefully you can do the work in the next game. So, with that, guys, we've spoken to the winners, and obviously now it's time to have a chat with Konate and Jose and see how they're feeling after their first game. Obviously, it's going to be quite polar to what we've just heard from them too. Seem to be enjoying themselves, don't they? Very happy as well.
I mean, 1-2 hours a day from Pedri, that's incredible.
Yeah, and I don't think it's squad battles either. So joined by Konate and Jose. How are you feeling after your first game, Jose? Do you think you can pull it back in the second game? Yeah, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I think we need to make a new match. We can chance. They defense very well in the first match, and we need to try to create more space with the ball, play more fast with the pass, and try to win this.
Yes. And Konate, who was your favourite player to use in Jose's team? Obviously, the team he's got is amazing. Who was the player you're having the most fun with in that game?
Yes, for sure. I think Mbappe. It's the same in the real life, you know. But I think, yes, the game was very nice. We play against a very good team. They defend very well. But I think we need to shoot more, and we have to defend better. But maybe in my head, I think I am in the real pitch, you know. I don't want to touch the striker, because after with the VAR, it's penalty for sure. But I don't know if we will come back to 3-0, but we have a chance for win the next game. I hope.
No, but it's all what's late now. The score doesn't matter. The result is the only thing which matters. So even if you guys are able to get a 1-0 and you're straight back in it, and hopefully you can do well. Brandon and Richard, have you got anything for them too?
Just a quick one, Jose, to yourself. How that team is incredible. What level of FIFA do you play at? Are you playing in qualifiers? What division on division rivals, foot champions?
Yeah, from the start of the season, I play Elite Leaderboard in all the season. I played the first qualifier and the E-Champions qualifier, but I don't pass the previous round, and I always on the Elite Leaderboard. Yeah.
Incredible.
Awesome. I mean, as he said, Richard, he got here from over 1,200 players, which is insane. Last question, Konate, back to you. As a defender, conceding 3 goals, I'm sure you weren't happy about that. Are we going to see you command the back line in the next game?
Yes, for sure. I will try to speak more with Jose, with my little experience, and I think we will do something better now.
Well, I'll let you two guys get back to the second game, get warmed up, and good luck to both of you, and hopefully you can pull it back in the next game.
Thank you so much.
So with that, Richard, obviously, I went with the team with Jose, which looked amazing, and then the team didn't pull through, and it looked like there's a lot of stronger players on the field, but it isn't actually the stronger players which are the ones leading.
I'll let you have a freebie. Do you want to switch sides? Do you want to come over to the Pedri side? Because I think we know where this game's going.
No, I'm like a guy which likes the underdog story. I love it. It's just the fact he's got it's just the fact that. I'm going to stay on the fence for the second game. I think it could be a very tight match. Obviously, this is the first 15 minutes that they've got to play with each other, and hopefully they start to connect that a little bit more. Obviously, you guys will play 2v2. All the people watching may have played a 2v2 game as well. It doesn't happen on the first game, but obviously the advanced skills that them guys have got is absolutely unreal. What do you think, Brandon? Are we going to see a clean sweep, or do you think they could maybe get back in the next?
Yeah, I mean, my prediction was whoever wins the first game takes the whole series, but this second game is going to be a massive, massive indication of, is there any chemistry between Konate and Jose as we jump into this game right now? But this second game is the turning point. Rich, I'm sure you agree with me as we move into it now, of this PlayStation tournament's welcome to the team. We said it just as the three of us just then about not having experience of playing in 2v2 together. This is the first time tonight that these duos would have been formed, would have played together for the first time. But Pedri and Adnan feel like they've been playing together for quite a few days, because there was chemistry there that you do not see normally in an opening game for two complete strangers.
No, I definitely think there was chemistry there, but you mentioned, Pedri and Adnan mentioned how they want to play. They've sort of got a bit of a game plan. They want to keep it simple. They want to play football the right way. That's what the direct quote that we heard in that post-match interview. So I definitely think the emphasis on attack is there. We need to see more from Konate and Jose, though.
Maybe we can see their first goal.
Penalty.
This tournament coming in now. It's going to be a penalty. And how the tables may have just turned. Adnan and Pedri give away a penalty, and Jose and Konate have got a chance to put this in, and it's Konate that's taking the penalty. Pele will step up. Konate's in control of this. Is Steve Mandanda about to concede his first goal? Pedri's in goal. Pedri saves it with Steve Mandanda.
Incredible scenes. Pedri with Mandanda against Pele and Konate. Who would have thought those words would be coming out my mouth?
We've got to question the penalty. We've got to question the penalty, Richard. Could be a chance still. Oh, what a save, Steve Mandanda. I mean, the penalty, no offence to Konate, went straight down the middle. It couldn't have been an official way if it fell into the back of the net, but it was easy pickings for Pedri. I'm sure that man knows about head movement when it comes to FIFA 22 at the level that he plays this game. But that is a brilliant moment in the game already. Just 7 minutes in. Pro player against pro player, head-to-head in the penalty. And it will be the Spaniard that comes out on top. Steve Mandanda still has a clean sheet so far in this best of five.
Oh, absolute scenes. The slide tackle was rash as well inside the box. It was actually Adnan who went to ground. It was just on the run of the fullback after the ball had gone. You can't go to ground inside the box. Trailing leg, penalty given. Mandanda and Pedri step up to the mark.
I'll tell you what, though, they've started so well, haven't they? Konate and Jose. They have got the better team on paper. Here's one for you, just one of the biggest stat differences. There's a 15-plus stat difference between both goalkeepers in the team, with 96 Donnarumma and 81 Steve Mandanda between the two. But as Jose said in his interview, Adnan said in his interview, he said, it doesn't matter about the goalkeeper for me. I like to stick with the same goalkeeper that I have all year long. It's something I've done since FIFA 18 onwards. At the moment, the French goalkeeper hasn't been beaten as they come forward to look for their first goal. Runs it out of play, does Pedri. As we said, keep an eye on the cursors. The blue triangle above the white shirt will be Pedri on the ball. Adnan controlling that red cursor. On the flip side, Jose in the yellow. And Konate, who had that penalty in the white. Here's Mbappe with Pedri, went for a cheeky chip. And they just about survive.
Big chance. Kylian Mbappe with the dink. It was a great save from Donnarumma, just tipping it sort of up into the air. And I think you can certainly see Adnan and Pedri starting to come into the ascendancy here.
Mbappe for a second bite of the cherry, maybe, with Pedri in control. They couldn't turn his man, but already we're seeing such a better performance and a better game here. And this is the difference from just playing one game with a teammate can do for you. The chemistry's there, but this back line is all over the shop. Here's Mbappe, ball roll, where's he going? Mbappe still! And it's a brilliant bit of footwork from Adnan.
Who needs the team of the year? Who needs the inform? When the regular gold standard Mbappe can do that. I'll tell you what, he puts Pedri and Adnan in a fantastic position here in the Welcome to the Team FIFA 22 PlayStation tournament.
And they're very nearly, it might be 2-0. Looking for the card back. Can't find it. On that occasion, De Bruyne. Paqueta into Lionel Messi. Watch that left boot for a second. I thought Konate might have been opening up a little finesse there. Didn't fancy it, though. They've done well. I have to give it to them, Pedri and Adnan. They were under the cosh for the first 20 minutes in this game. They survived the penalty scare and quite a lot of pressure. And now, they're starting to find their groove in the final third. Remember, they are currently 1-0 in the best-of-5 format. They win 3 games, they will win this PlayStation tournament's Welcome to the Team FIFA 22 event.
I just think the composure is the big thing that Adnan and Pedri, especially Pedri, is showing. Look, Jose and Adnan are both very, very good FIFA players, but it's the professional footballer element of the game where we thought it was going to swing. We knew Pedri was a better in-game FIFA player than Konate. However, the team element of it, we didn't know if the team that is being used with the Team of the Year items of Jose and Konate was going to pull through. At the moment, it's that raw FIFA ability that is helping Adnan and Pedri.
Look at this again. Christopher Nkunku, who we were able to commentate on over the weekend in another PlayStation tournament, the Champions League. He's popping on quite a few times with his Champions League in-game item. Not just a box-to-box midfielder, but can create things going forward. It just seems to be just a level of confidence. As we just see Pedri very nearly finesse that one into the left top corner.
That's what Ginola can give you. It wasn't timed green either. If that's timed green, it's probably a goal, I'll be honest with you. Just hitting the top of the net.
Brilliant feat from Mbappe. And a big part in this 2v2. Watch the player switching between these two. This is where things can get very interesting in any 2v2. The communication's not there, then the player switching won't be on point. It could then lead to players being pulled out of position, as we're seeing defensively in the midfield from both sides. Added time of 1 minute, Bates, and we'll get a quick thought from you as we jump back on to the full box on camera. Do you think this is a 2-0, or do you think there's going to be a chance back for Konate?
At the start of the game, it was looking very, very good, but obviously the penalty changed the way the game was going, and then Adnan and Pedri were able to start spicing things up. A few ball rolls, bit of skills, drag backs, and a very, very nice goal to be taking it in. How do you guys seeing it? Are you thinking the same?
I was just looking at the stats there, and the XG was in the favour of Konate and Jose, but I think that one is simply from the penalty. Like, it's counting the penalty as a goal that should be scored as the 1 XG on it. So coming into the second half, we just need to see more. We just need to see more output from Konate and Jose if they want to try and get back into this game, Brandon.
Yeah, they had a brilliant start. Well, it's more the fact they needed to come out and really start playing the FIFA they know they can. David Ginola. to get the ball forward and moving. Team that are currently on their way to potentially being 2-0 down in this best-of-5 series. If you have just tuned in, this is the PlayStation tournament. Welcome to the team, a FIFA 22 tournament, which has given 2 football fans the chance to play with 2 of their favourite players from the footballing world. I've got Ibrahim Konate of Liverpool, alongside the Spaniard in Jose. On the flip side, Adnan, German competitor, found his way through the PlayStation tournaments, up against 1,200 competitors to get the opportunity tonight to play with the youngster, the superstar of Barcelona in Pedri. No doubt one of the most expensive future star items in the game. Ball into the box now, look for an equaliser, and it's the best chance they've had so far. It was a brilliant ball, believe it or not, from Konate into his teammate in Jose, and it was just over the bar from Pele. But a better start to this second half of the team that are currently trailing by a goal to 0 as they win the ball back up again now.
It's a great win from Pele and probably should be on target, I'll be completely honest with you. But that right there, Brandon, is happening too often. Konate and Jose are losing the ball high up the pitch, and it's meaning that Pedri and Adnan can counter-attack quickly, they can get bodies forward, they can flood the attack, and it's leading to their success.
Hakimi, watch out, could be another cross. Konate with the cross into the box. Steve Mandanda again, easy pickings for the Frenchman. That might be a mistake at the back that they do well to get out of. And here comes Adnan and Pedri, driving forward as so many white shirts try and find their way forward into the final third. Lionel Messi finds Mbappe, scoop turns, dances in the box. This is Adnan now. Maybe a bit too much from the PSG forward. Final 27 here in match number 2.
Oh,
could be a gift. It might be a gift. Steve Mandanda again.
What a keeper. His price is going through the roof.
Yeah, his price might have gone up by about 150 coins.
He's tipping over 1,000 coins.
The last couple of saves he's made as he goes down to ground there and picks the ball up. If you wonder why we are constantly talking about this, is that they are playing with their own FIFA Ultimate Team squads. We're talking about the competitors here in Adnan and Jose. Obviously, both have had different budgets and different pat luck throughout the year, as you can clearly see between the two. One man's got 6 Team of the Years and the other one's only got just a sprinkle of them. He switch of play. Finds Adnan. João Cancelo. Trying to defend him. Vieira and Nkunku in the midfield. The two Frenchmen linking up well. Nkunku hustling away for it. Can he find Mbappe? This is Pedri. Can't find the clean shot of Mbappe.
A lot tighter affair though, isn't it? First game 3-0. This one should have been a goal, let's be honest, from the penalty spot. You always expect to score when there's a penalty. That's an awful tackle out the back. Chance here.
Brilliant switch of play. Finds Konate, who tried his best to touch that down with Ginola. Could win it back again. Pele, ball roll, brilliant composure! And they've got their first goal as a duo in this tournament.
It was the first real mistake that we've seen from Pedri coming out. They played the ball out the back into a dangerous area. Hospital pass is what it's called in English football. Pele picks it up, great composure, simply ball roll past the goal, past the last defender, and smashing it past the goalkeeper. Nothing Steve Mandanda's going to do about that one.
Well, we said that this game has certainly been a lot more tightly contested. It could be a chance now for Mbappe to run. And Marquinhos, it seems like there's just been a bit more understanding and communication between Jose and Konate, but there's so many white shirts forward which still could cause havoc. Now we're only 10 minutes away from potentially extra time here in penalties. Another big win again. This will be an unbelievable story. They can go and grab a winner from being 1-0 down and missing a penalty in the opening stages of this game. Bouncing off the back of a 3-0 defeat in match 1. There is going to be Chances at either end in these last 6 minutes. One of them might be coming right now. As Adnan and Pedri look to get this ball forward. Here's Lionel Messi, happily to finesse them in from that sort of range.
Chance.
Back to goal, Mbappe, still scooping, moving, twisting. That's a goal for the archives.
What a finish. The ball roll scoop turn sent 4 defenders packing. Impeccable dribbling inside the box.
And that's the quality of players we also have got here, Richard, that we have to highlight. Mbappe again, nearly made it 3 in a perfect hat-trick, but the wider picture here, for those at home, thousands upon thousands entered this tournament. Could be 3. Oh, wow. 2 chances. What a ball that was from Pedri, by the way, into his teammate and Adnan. Ginola, maybe making it 3 goals to 1. But, you know, these are the best players we're seeing here. Thousands of competitors signed up to play in this PlayStation tournament's welcome to the team. And there could only be 1 from each side and each qualifier that made it through. But at the halfway point, technically near enough in this best-of-5, Bateson. It's 2 wins on the board, but I tell you what, that was one hell of a game.
I think we have just seen goal of the evening as well. The winning goal was like, you guys know I play FIFA to a substandard level, and just watching the ball roll scoop and then the other scoop and then a brilliant finish past the keeper to win the match was brilliant. And it puts Jose and Konate in a very, very difficult position now, needing to win all 3 of the next games. Otherwise, 1 loss and it's game over. Did you guys see any more chemistry from both teams? Did Pedri's team get better or Konate's team? They looked a lot more safe at the back, did Konate's, with only conceding 1 and... No, 2 actually. 2 in it and scoring as well. Nice to see him on the score sheet.
Yeah, I think it was a much more competitive game. I certainly saw elements of where Konate and Jose can get something out of this welcome to the team tournament, and that's the long ball over the top. They've got better in-game items. Pele was tearing it up on that right-hand side. When you've got Kevin De Bruyne playing those passes over the top as well, that was their chance to get back into the game, and that was their chance to really take something from the game. The missed penalty will hurt, and I'm sure one of us 3, whoever's brave enough, will be asking Konate about that missed penalty. On the other side of it, it was just a flawless move to win the game. And really, sometimes you just need to put your hands up and say, there's not much else could have done about that. He's just turned me inside the box. It was great dribbling from Adnan. He made him look silly, and then the composure. You do a skill move like that, calm back down, simple finesse shot past the goalkeeper. It was brilliant, Brandon. It really was.
Yeah, it was. Just to echo what Richard said, I think when you play 2v2 FIFA, no doubt there's an element of chemistry between the two. You've got to communicate well, you've got to defend well as a team, but there are going to be moments where someone just has to step up when you've got quality players like an Mbappe or any team of the year and just go on a solo run, bring in your combinations, the ball roll scoops we saw. And I mean, I think, as you rightly said, Bateson, that has to be goal of the evening.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised if we do see. Actually, I say that we probably are going to see better, and we've got the 2 people which did orchestrate that winning goal in the final 5 minutes. Adnan, how are you feeling? 2-0 up in the series now. The welcome to the team championship is looking like it's yours at the moment. Well, in 90 minutes stands between you and victory.
Yes, I feel very confident now. We communicate better, play better, and we got into the game. So I guess we stay there. So this game was a little bit more difficult because we needed to defend more, but we handled it very well. And yeah, it was a nice game.
And Pedri, I'm going to come to you. Now, obviously, we see you on the football field, pinging the passes left, right and centre. But very rarely, actually never, have we seen you in net saving a penalty. How did that feel when you were put on the spot to save the penalty and potentially could have gone 1-0 down if it had gone past you?
La verdad que siempre en el Ultimate Team me quedo en el medio y bueno, pues hice lo mismo y la verdad que gracias a mi compañero ganamos porque se marcó un golazo.
I always stay in the middle in the Ultimate Team when I play, so I did the same. And it worked out, and luckily, thanks to my teammate, he scored an incredible goal, and so we won.
Nice. And obviously Richard and Brandon were getting very excited watching some of the players that you guys were doing. Have you got any questions for Adnan and Pedri?
Yeah, I've got to come first to Adnan. Adnan, talk me through that winning goal because it was amazing. How did you feel scoring that one?
Yeah, it was a nice ball in from Pedri, so I needed to convert that. But I knew Konate was defending me, so I know he don't know about the scoop turn. So I use it very well, and I feel really nice about it.
Yeah, I sort of feel a little bit bad for Konate when we speak to him in a minute because he's been left to like run around his box, isn't he? When he's getting ball rolls and scoop turns thrown at him defensively. A question for Pedri just before we go into the third game: are you confident that you're going to get a clean sweep? Are you going to 3-0 this best of 5?
Tienes confianza de que vas a conseguir un 3-0.
Bueno, ojalá sea así, pero bueno, tenemos rivales fuertes, pero confío en el equipo.
We hope so. We expect it, but we have very difficult opponents in front, so it will surely be difficult.
Nice. Well, you guys go and get your heads focused, ready for the potentially final game, or maybe the start of something different. And congratulations getting this far already. So, who's asking Konate? Right. Actually, you want to do it, Brandon? I don't mind asking it.
Yeah. Go on, you go. You're the Liverpool
you're a Liverpool fan. You can ask him.
Yeah, I'll pull out the Liverpool card, and I might be able to get away with it. But it was a good watch. They look better in defending, a lot more connected between them. The passing was a lot better. Obviously, the team strength isn't looking like an issue. And also, I forgot to mention, while you guys were commentating the game, I was searching for the price of a certain player in one of the teams. And Mandanda comes in at a nice 1,500 coins for anybody looking for a new goalkeeper in the ultimate team. Maybe able to free some coins up elsewhere to spend on the field. Because at the moment, it's not looking like you... Yeah.
It'll be up at 2K before the end of the broadcast.
No, that's it. If you guys had it, like, obviously we're seeing him in use. Is the goalkeeper worth putting coins into or freeing up elsewhere?
It's a tough one because I think it's a two-part street, the goalkeeper. Firstly, it's all about the chemistry of the centre-backs. So whatever you need to do to get the centre-backs in there. But, I mean, Mandanda, he's proving to be very good at the moment, Bateson.
Nice. And we're joined by Jose and Konate. How are you guys feeling after the second game?
I think this game was more close. Mbappe have a good skill and move in the area who helped them to make the 2 goals. We have a lot of opportunities, but Mandanda is insane on this game. So let's see now in the next game.
That's good. And Konate, I've been proposed to ask you a question. You were given a very early opportunity in the match to take the lead. We then saw that you had the penalty to take, and we're just wondering what went through your head when the ball was down. Obviously, I've not seen you take any penalties for Liverpool, so this is an interesting one for me. And obviously, Pedri saved it. So how did you feel in that moment?
No, I am very, very angry about this last game because I think we deserve to win this game. We have a lot of chance, and okay, Mbappe put 2 amazing goals, but the last one, this is no. How you can do this? This is impossible. After you move a lot was crazy, but no. I'm very angry after I missed the penalty. But when we have the penalty, I said to Jose, I hope you have the penalty. He said, I don't know.
Yeah.
When I see me, I said,
didn't.
no.
We wanted you to take the penalty.
No. Yes? Okay.
We've actually just spoken to Adnan and Pedri as well, and Adnan was the person who scored the final goal and was like scooping it and ball rolling it around it. And he said the reason he did it is because he knew that you were defending. Now, obviously, you can call him out. Real life football. Is he going to be able to send you left, right, and centre in real life? Or
I will tell him. This is impossible in the real football.
Yeah.
Jose. It was much better the second game compared to the first game. Are you going to get the win in the third game and start the comeback?
I hope definitely it's win or go home. So we try to do the best and try to compete for win the third game and go to the fourth.
Yeah, amazing. And last but not least, Canate, it felt like you were a bit more confident in that second game as a team. Have you felt like you've become better as a team? Your chemistry seems to be there. You're defending better. You're attacking better. Are you confident for this third game?
Yes, I think it's in the same in the real life. When you start to talk a lot with your partner, I think now you play better and you understand better. And when you are two, you need communication. And in the second game, I think we did this very well. But now we have to keep going and just. If you can make a doping control to Modanda, I will be happy, please, because this is not normal. This is not normal. Sorry, this is not normal.
I appreciate you guys' time as always, and good luck in your third game. And hopefully can get past Mandanda, and hopefully Canati is on the penalties. That's what we got to hope for the next game, anyway.
Yes. Thank you.
So as a bit of a recap, guys, for the people which have showed up later or want a recap, we're going to show you guys the results of how it stood at the moment. Obviously, we've had Richard and Brandon commentating the games, watching the play-by-plays, and seeing some fantastic goals as well. Now, this format is the best of 5. Now, with that, it's first to 3. And currently, it is 2-0 to Adnan and Pedri, who are looking very, very good, as you can see there, guys. A 3-0 win in the first game. And then, I think it was it 2-1 or a 3-1 win in the second game? But Canati and Jose looked a lot better. Now, if the result's going to continue like this, it could potentially move to another few more games. That is the aim. And also, you may have not seen the teams that are on the show. So the first team I'm going to show, guys, is Adnan and Pedri's. This is the team that they've been using. Or Jose's, I'll let you guys know which one is coming on the screen. But a lot of very, very nice FIFA 22 Ultimate Team items on show. So this team in front of you guys is Adnan's. Now, you may be curious as to why myself, Richard, and Brandon have been talking about Mandanda, but that is the team that is currently winning the Welcome to the Team tournament.
Just look at his reserves.
Crazy, isn't it?
He's got a Donnarumma there.
Wait, what?
He's got a Donnarumma on the reserves.
I did think this at the beginning of the show, but did he not fancy him, or is he's just sticking to this superstition that he's got of just staying with the same goalie?
Oh, you can't change it now. You can't change it. It'd be blasphemous to change it now.
Well, he did state, actually, it was like a superstition that he had, wasn't it? Where the first keeper he had was going to be the first keeper he used for the rest of FIFA. So that means potentially he could have a Yashin sat in the club or someone else, but he's just got to stick with Steve. So that is a team which is winning the series. Obviously, we heard Canate and Jose talk about the goalkeeper and how much struggle they're having to get past him. And this is a team, guys, which Jose and Canate have been playing with tonight. Very different team to the one we've just seen on the screen, and this is one which could potentially be walking away with the Welcome to the Team Tournament Championship as well. Team of the Year's left, right, and centre, and you can see, you guys have watched the games. The Team of the Year defence is unreal. I don't know if you've played against a Team of the Year defence. It's very hard, regardless of what players you've got.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the centre backs especially. I think the full backs you could use different variations of Cancelo and Hakimi, and I don't think you'd feel that much of a difference. But Marquinhos and Ruben Dias are animals at centre back. Like, they are so strong, they are quick, they're physical, they can turn so quickly, and really, I think the inclusion of Kevin De Bruyne as well as that central midfielder, you've seen him getting more and more in the game. And for Jose and Canate to get a result, we're going to see his team here so you can actually see it as I'm talking through it. For those two to get a result in this Welcome to the Team tournament, they have to get those attacking players on the ball. They have to get them firing. You've got a Pele who's pretty much been a ghost so far. He's got to get involved. He's got to be on the score sheet and making things happen.
Well, even with the team, looking at the team, it doesn't really have that set defensive midfielder. It's a very attacking team from the outset. I've played numerous times against the Moments Paqueta and De Bruyne. So there's a potential chance where they can catch the team on the full-out attack and then catch them on the counter. That's the only way that I can see getting through that, because that attack is scary. Like, it's one of the scariest players. And you've heard, obviously, Kanat is enjoying playing with Mbappe. Then on the other hand, so are Pedri, because they are skilling funny skinning very fun with Mbappe up front.
Yeah, I mean, just to talk about this team for a split second, I completely agree with you. I think there was moments in that game that I'm sure Rich would agree with me that they did get them on the counter attack. I mean, at times they have been very open at the back, and that comes from the 2v2 format we're playing. Defensively, you're going to pull players out of position, as we saw with centre backs maybe being pulled out, full backs overlapping and not coming back. And I think Richard's right. They've got Pele in that team, and he has been a ghost at times. He did score one goal, which is fantastic, but we need to see more of that going forward, just to show his quality, because he's unbelievable. And let's not forget, he's got a red Mbappe up top there that really should be scoring goals and should be showcasing why he is so desired.
Sorry, go on, Richard.
I was just going to say, just to jump in as well, I think I saw Lewandowski on the bench. If it was the team of the year, Lewandowski, I feel as though when you're playing 2v2 and you might not have played a lot of games with each other, and you might be playing someone who's less mechanically sort of skilled on FIFA, I'm not saying lump it into the big man at striker, but I think having a focal point, having sort of a game plan where we're going to get it out wide, we're going to get it into the box, we're going to play on bounces, we're going to play on second balls, that could be a very viable strategy. What do you think, Bateson?
Oh, definitely. Well, that's my strategy when I'm like 2-0 down in Foot Champions. I'll start bringing on the big boys. And Zlatan, Lewandowski and Cristiano Ronaldo are my 3 substitutes which I'll bring on. And obviously, if you can try and get that little bit of luck and get that bounce, you can pull that 1 or 2 goals back. And obviously, we don't know what types of players people are comfortable with playing at. Obviously, these are Adnan's and Jose's teams. They're very comfortable in playing with the players that they do every day. Now, Pedri, we don't know what team he prefers. Maybe he prefers a 5-star skiller team with a Lewandowski up front, and the same for Konate. He probably has a team of Virgil van Dijks and Joel Matip and the Andy Robertsons. That's in my dreams. That's a team I dream that Konate plays FIFA with. Anyway, so no offense talking now, Richard and Brandon. We're going to see it. Is this going to be the final game of the series? Or do you think we potentially could go to more? Do you think Adnan and Konate are going to bring it back? Or do you think, Adnan and Pedri are going to bring it back? Konate and Jose are going to bring it back? Or do you think Pedri and Adnan are going to walk away with it?
Brandon, do you want to start?
Yeah, I'm going to say the series is going to go to a 4th game, but it's going to be done in game 4. So I think Pedri and Adnan will win the whole series, but 3 wins to 1. I do see a little bit of hope of a comeback and a win here for Konate and Jose.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news if you are a Jose
sweep
and Konate fan, but I think it's a 3-0. I think it's a clean sweep. I think the late goal that was scored will give confidence, especially no disrespect to Adnan, but I feel like Pedri's been the star of the show here on that particular team. Adnan scoring a goal in that way, manipulating the defence, skills, 3 or 4 different skill moves inside the box, that would give me a lot of confidence. And I'd be like, okay, yeah, you know what? I am a very good FIFA player. I'm here for a reason, and I'm about to wrap it up. I've got reservations in an hour, so I want to be on time, and I want to be hitting those. I do think that they've looked much better, have Jose and Konate. They have. We can't say they've not when you even look at the facts. 3-0, 2-1. The next step is for them to get a victory. I just don't see it happening, though, unfortunately. I really don't.
What I'm hoping for is a penalty shootout. Now, I wouldn't want it decided on a penalty shootout. I do want it to go to a 4th game. And you guys were gearing up for penalties and extra time, I believe, and then the late goal came in and we didn't get it. But I think the neutral loves watching a penalty shootout. I don't know how skilled they are at penalty shootouts after only seeing 1 penalty, but it'll be a very, very interesting mix-up. So welcoming, guys, to the broadcast of the Welcome to the Team grand finale. 2-0 is how it stands. We're waiting to go into the 3rd game. We've spoken to Konate. He's very excitable, isn't he? He seems to be enjoying himself, even though he's on the losing team. And then you got Pedri, who's fully focused and just wants the win, which is very understandable. But is there anything else that you guys have noticed that maybe the viewers at home haven't?
I think the way in which Pedri's playing, you're almost seeing elements of the Barcelona-esque style of play, where they're not rushing forward the ball. He's playing a lot of passes. We saw this with Gravison as well. It was very tiki-taka. That was during the FIFA 22 challenge back end of last year. You're seeing that coming in, but then you've also got the flair that Adnan is bringing in as well. I do want to see Konate a bit more sort of strong at the back. I would love to be able to hear the communication between the two teams, because I think Konate, I can see him laughing during the game. I can see him getting involved. I can see him getting engaged. I reckon Pedri's stone cold. I'm here to win. I'm here to get the result. And that's it. But look, it's going to be a fascinating potential round and final game 3.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the production team at all could get us like reactions of when they scored the goal with Pele, and maybe the reactions of the goal which sent them into the wing. So they'd be really, really good to watch. And my guess is Pedri is going to be stone cold, and Konate is going to be absolutely flying through the roof.
I think the moment we'd love to get is the penalty. When they got the penalty, and Konate in his interview said, "I do not want it. I was praying that Jose got the penalty." And then Konate's up there with this penalty, thinking, "What do I do? What do I do?" Jose's probably thinking, "Just please put it in the goal. Please put the goal." And then Pedri, very experienced player, which I must say I've heard through the grapevine when we commentated the FIFA Challenge 22 back last year in October that me and Richard did. I was commentating with a Spanish commentator at the time, and he mentioned through the grapevine that Pedri does play FUT Champs, and he does play, obviously, a lot of FIFA Ultimate Team, as we've heard today. So there's just those little elements there of just picking up the controller a bit more often and playing at a competitive level. You know, it's not top pro level, but still at more of a competitive level than a couple of drinks and a bit of kickoff with your friends. So those elements have certainly come through, Richard.
Is Pedri playing with the Future Stars Pedri? That's the question I've got to ask. Like, surely that must be an absolute buzz. Like, you see the Future Stars promo come out, and you are joint highest rated player out of all of the players released alongside Jude Bellingham. Like, Bex, have you had the opportunity to use that Pedri? Like, what's he feeling like?
Oh, he's ridiculous. I've used him in draft a few times. I haven't got the coins. Well, I have got the coins. Actually, no, I packed him twice. I lied. I've got the coins. Yeah, I've got 2 million coins for selling him about a week ago, I think it was. But he is absolutely unreal. Very hard to get the ball off him. He's very strong for the size that he is. And his passing, dribbling and shooting are all unreal. I don't think I've used Konate's Future Star, though, just because there's so many French centre-backs in the game. He's like the 20th, I think it is, of the special items which have come out for French. But it'd be interesting to see. It would have been good to see them both in the team today, wouldn't it? Konate going up against the Future Stars Pedri, it would have been a nice dynamic to add to it. So we had 2 players coming into today, 8-0. It's currently 10-0 for Adnan's team, and it is 8-2 for Jose's team. Now let's see what happens. I'm going to let you guys take over game number 3. Enjoy yourselves, and maybe we might see a grand winner.
Yeah, maybe, just maybe. Thank you very much, Bateson. And yeah, welcome along to game 3 in this best of 5 of the PlayStation tournament. Welcome to the team event, which has provided quite the shock tonight, and more importantly, a lot of exciting moments. That game 2 was a game to remember. We had a penalty that was missed. There was probably the goal of the night that did come in. And for those at home that want to follow this a bit more closely, you are a fan of Pedri and Adnan. It is them in the red strip from left to right in this game. And on the flip side, it is Konate and Jose in the white from right to left. It's a brilliant start. It's literally taken them 4 minutes in game. And that was Pedri that took the corner, played it into the Rafael Varane that was being controlled by the competitor in Adnan. And currently, Richard Buckley, they look on their way to complete the clean sweep tonight.
Whipped into the near post. Rafael Varane, strong, powerful header. Simple as that. And you talk about the perfect start to wrapping up the tournament. Here in the welcome to the team. That is it. All the questions now back on Konate and Jose.
Well. Steve Bandanda. He might be 81 rated, but he's been the hero tonight at points. 10 minutes played here. Ball into the box. Konate will be at the back post looking to control. That player.
He's onside.
They go a bit of a mad run now. This could get really dangerous. Maybe, just maybe, Mbappe scooping, moving in the box, will go down, will cry out for a penalty. They simply can't concede 2 goals in this first half, otherwise it'd be a mountain to climb and a bit too much of a challenge for them to ask of themselves, especially when they've only scored 1 goal, Richard, so far in this tournament.
It's been a tough road so far, hasn't it? For Konate and Jose. They've shown real elements and sparkles of brilliance, but it's just the consistent nature of Pedri and Adnan that's guided them to this winning position.
Remember, they have to win this game if there's any hope of a bracket reset. Say bracket reset? I mean,
Game 4.
4th game, I should say. There's no double elimination bracket round here. It's the best of 5, Brandon. Wake up. Lucas Paqueta. Nice David Ginola. I really want Konate to score a goal. That's all I want. Just want Konate to be on the end of a goal. He's the white cursor, the man on the ball right now. Of course, she does get dispossessed. Big switch of play. Available now. That's become quite apparent with Konate and Jose. There's been a lot of gaps that have appeared tonight where they've maybe been pulling players out of position. That's what 2v2 FIFA can cause if you don't sort of communicate accordingly and get your player switching on point. That's where they have been slightly open at the back tonight. Big run there from Kevin De Bruyne. It does pick out the pass lead on Messi. Messi now, that's a great idea to try and find the ball into Pele. I think there has been a bit of a given tonight, Richard. Maybe the FIFA levels between Konate and Pedri.
That's been the difference maker in the end for me. It's been the professional footballers' FIFA ability that separated the 2 fans.
Pele. From distance, I just want Konate to let one rip from that far out. His teammate in Hozu can just say, just finesse it from that sort of angle.
Just have a dabble.
Back on the hunt again. A team that only conceded 1 goal, they've scored a total of 7 so far in this best of 5. It's not just the chance to play with a professional footballer tonight that Adnan has won, a German competitor that found himself here after winning a bracket tournament which had 1,200 sign-ups in it. He was the best player of that tournament back in November, won 8 games back-to-back in the bracket play, which showcased just how good of a FIFA player he is. And also the opportunities that the PlayStation Tournaments Competition Centre does provide with you. Daily, monthly, weekly FIFA tournaments to showcase your skills to the world. Make sure you get involved in that. Compete.playstation.com. Find out a little bit more. Messi. Where's De Bruyne?
Chance.
Looking for their first chance in at goal. Pele had a little idea to chip the one into the box where Mbappe was waiting. Fortunately, it was blocked though. Messi.
That's nice.
Then Kunku. This is Pedri now on the ball. Keep an eye on that blue cursor above his head. There's been moments where you can tell Pedri's wanted to go on a little solo run. There's been a couple of occasions where he's flicked the stick one way or another and done a couple of skill moves.
I think you saw it just then. He got the ball out wide with Messi. A little twist and turn with the left stick, but didn't really have anywhere on inside. Could be a chance. Goal. It's easy as that. It's as easy as that for Adnan and Pedri.
They are literally on the same wavelength. They've been on the same wavelength since they kicked the first ball in match number 1. You don't need a red Mbappe, you don't need an inform Mbappe, you don't need a team of the year Mbappe. If you're Adnan on Pedri, just the normal standard 91 will do the job. Really nicely taken. It was Messi down the right-hand side, a little dink pass back inside, and it's Mbappe that smashed it into the roof of the net. And currently they lead by 2-0, and they are 2 minutes away from going into half-time, leading this game, and to be honest, Richard, looking like they're on for a clean sweep here tonight.
Unless we see something miraculous from Konate and Jose, it's going to be a 3-0, job done and dusted.
I mean, question we have to ask is it job done, Bateson? Is it game over? Is there any way back for Konate and Jose?
I'm watching how aggressive the Adnan and Pedri are being in defence, and it's working wonders. They are not letting any time on the ball for Jose or Konate, and it's straight back into their possession. And 2-0, you would say, is a very comfortable lead going into the second half, but anything can change. Possession's very even. Just need to get some shots on target and see what happens after the next 45.
And for me, Brandon, it's just been the quality that Adnan and Pedri have shown in the final third and the build-up play that's separating the two sides at the moment. Because defensively, Jose and Konate haven't been bad. They've defended quite well. But it's just that cutting edge in the final third, which is why we're looking and facing down the barrel of a 3-0 clean sweep.
Well, it's like they can hear you, Richard, because look who's just come onto the pitch for them. Robert Lewandowski, team of the year. You said about bringing on a target man, someone that you could be a bit direct into. He's come on for Lionel Messi. And maybe they have fallen back to that plan B now, or even plan C at this point, where they need a goal. They need 2 of them if there's any chance to send us into extra time. But also, they have to weather the storm that's coming at them right now. What a save! Very nearly, that could have been 3 goals to nil. Donnarumma, team of the year, the brilliant save to tip one over the bar. However, that could have been a very different story. This is Pedri now. A little solo run at goal. You see the step-overs come out. He's enjoying himself here tonight in this PlayStation tournaments meet. Up between pro players and even competitors. Find the cheeky little chip that he was tending to find. What I love, though, from that Pedri face cam you just saw a second ago, it's all business for him tonight. He's coming to win. It was something that you mentioned in the opening to this show, Richard, is that there might be not professional FIFA players by trade, professional footballers, but one thing they want is to win. They play for top-flight clubs in and around the world that like to win trophies and no doubt like to play at the highest of levels, and that's just a philosophy that is ingrained into them.
Yeah, 2 of the biggest clubs in world football, Brandon. And when you're at those clubs, it's win at all costs.
Brilliant feat. Are we going to see a consolation maybe? Good feat. This is Konate. Oh, João Cancelo from that far out. Fancied it. Still is alive, De Bruyne. Back to Ginola. Konate. Oh.
We want to see
Close.
it. We want to see it.
Just not sure if we are going to see it though, Richard. There's only 25 minutes left to play in this one. I think we might even see the nail in the coffin. Just offside is David Ginola.
They have to press, though. They have to push up the pitch, don't they? Here in the welcome to the team. Potential final match here of this Pedri versus Konate Classic.
This is nice. Nice build-up play. Lionel Messi's through. This is Pedri in control. Lionel Messi for a chip. Why not? And it goes. Potential flick on.
Could have potentially wrapped up the game there, Pedri. He went for a little dink with Messi. Almost the stereotypical Messi finish, isn't it? A little dink over the goalkeeper. Sitting him down.
And 2 minutes left. Big win. Go on, Konate. Lewandowski.
Oh!
Lewandowski.
No!
No! He couldn't get a better chance.
What a chance! What a block, by the way, on the line. I'm not too sure who that was. An outstanding block to stop Konate scoring.
They've only scored 1 goal in this best of 5, and it was Jose. He's been the only person to score for this duo. And so close was Konate, the centre-back of Liverpool, to find in the back of the net a Robert Lewandowski Team of the Year. He might still get another chance. We just want to see the goal, and somehow, if we can see a reaction of him, it would be phenomenal. De Bruyne, what a tackle that is from Adnan. It was a strong tackle at the back. They win the ball from it.
I've just seen a clip back, Brandon. It was Pedri who blocked it as well. So not only has he saved the penalty in game 2, but it was Rafa Varane and Pedri blocking it on the line.
Mbappe. To Messi. Can't find a winner there. Brilliantly done. You know, Messi's got no energy left at all. They're 9 minutes away from completing the perfect best of 5. Never need a game 4 or game 5. They've done it in 3. A 3-0, a 3-1, and maybe a 2-0. Is what they're on the way for. That'll go for a corner. And we see Konate release. He's in a Konate from these sort of areas as a defender.
Lewandowski near post. Come on.
In it goes. There he is. Punched away. My man Dander, who, I have to say, has only conceded 1 goal. 1 goal Steve Dander has conceded across this best of 3. Don't get me wrong, he has been tested all the time, but he has also made some unbelievable saves this evening. In it comes again. Lewandowski was the target. The ball just wasn't good enough, though.
Could be the counter.
Last roll of the dice. This could be the nail in the coffin. Neymar could be through to tumble in the box. Neymar still. This is Pedri. Pedri of Neymar. Looking to go on his own. Twisting, turning with the Brazilian. Maybe a bit too much on that one as Marquinhos wins it back. But you can see there's a constant press that's been implied by the 2 players there. There's no stamina left at all within them. A minute left plus additional time, Richard. I think we can say a massive congratulations, to our PlayStation tournaments. Welcome to the team duo. It will be the duo of Adnan and Pedri, who've just been on the same wavelength since the first ball was kicked. 3 wins back-to-back. A really convincing night of FIFA from them too.
When you look at the stats, 7 goals scored, 1 conceded over the course of 3 games. Could be a consolation.
Maybe there's the chance for Konate to get that goal he's been waiting for. Ginola on his own. We've played the 2 minutes. And I think that will be a wrap here in this Welcome to the Team FIFA 22 tournament. And it will be 3 wins on the board, 3 wins back-to-back for Pedri and Adnan. There might have been a language barrier between the 2 players, from Spanish to German, but on the pitch, they've communicated perfectly well. And they're overall Bates and deserved winners. A lot of fun tonight, but there was just a level of quality there from those 2.
Yeah, it was a good to watch. Obviously, you can see how happy Adnan and Pedri are. Konate and Jose look happy as well, to be fair. But it's been an absolutely fantastic journey throughout this PlayStation tournament. Welcome to the team, and 2 very deserved winners. Just a shame Konate never got that goal. I saw you guys getting excited when he was inside the area with the ball. Never got it in though. And talking about that block as well, insane.
It had to be. It was written in the stars for Konate to score the goal. He had the penalty. I'm not too sure if he had the header with Pele in the second game as well, where it got floated into the box and it went wide. That was the perfect chance for Konate to score, and hopefully he can tell us what happened when we catch up with him.
We can actually do that right now. Obviously, I don't want to be chatting to losers. Losers probably don't want to be chatting to me, but it's a lot of fun at the end of the day, and hopefully they have both had it. Jose, how's your journey been on the Welcome to the Team tournament? Have you enjoyed yourself, even though tonight didn't really go your way? But obviously you got to play with Konate on FIFA 22, and at least you got a really good goal, which I think a lot of people will remember, and that was that Pele goal in game number 2.
Yes, it has been a great opportunity, an exciting tournament from the start of the qualifier to reach this moment and share things with Konate. We can win, but the important thing is take a moment funny, and it's good.
Well, hopefully we see you in more PlayStation tournaments in the future. Konate, obviously don't think too much about the penalty missed in game number 2. Game number 3, you could have scored an absolutely cracking goal. but I was talking about the aggressive defending from Pedri, and unfortunately didn't get it.
Yes. I think I have two chances to make 2 goals to this tournament, but the last one was unbelievable defending from Pedri. And this is football and was great, but I enjoyed this time with Jose, and I hope I will play with him in the future.
Nice.
On FIFA.
Any questions for
Same for me.
brilliant. Nice.
Well,
Richard Branson, have you got anything to add?
We've seen the start of a budding relationship there, Jose. Are you gonna be trying to get back to this potential tournament in the future and go again?
Yeah, for sure. I will try to play any tournament and to compete on FIFA 23 again on the FIFA Global Series. And let's see what happens in the future.
Yeah, I mean, Jose, I would love to see you involved as well. You did so well to get through this. We said thousands of people got involved in this. Canate, what have you taken from tonight? What have you learned from playing with Jose? Maybe a couple of tips and tricks to take into your next couple of games with your mates next time you have a big FIFA tournament?
No. I think he have a amazing team, big team. But I think I don't know who dribble very well with the team of Adnan. Maybe Pedri. But I think if you can use some player with his quality on the game, you can be unbelievable on FIFA, because it's not the real life. You can make something intense, and we have to work about that. And after, yes, I hope he will be better with the future, and step by step we will see what he can do.
We appreciate you both being a part of tonight, and hopefully you've had, and hopefully we can see you both back in the future as well. But enjoy the rest of your time. Good luck with the rest of the season, Canate, and Jose, good luck with the rest of the competitive FIFA season as well. As obviously, today's been an interesting game, but very fun to watch. Have a nice rest of your evening, guys. So, Brandon, who would you say has been the standout player, as in ITOM and Ultimate Team tonight? A player which everyone watching should go and get in their Ultimate Team. That game changer.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be Mbappe. But you're going to be saying, well, is it a team with the Mbappe? Is it an informed Mbappe? I can't afford him. I would actually say the golden Mbappe. But the problem is that he's also still $1 million coins right now, I believe. He might be a bit cheaper. So he's a very expensive player to have in your team. But Mbappe, I think, has to be the star of the show. And Rich, you'd agree with me, wouldn't you, there? I mean, he was literally just moving and twisting, skill moves coming out, and he's just a born goal scorer.
Well, I would say that. I'd say Mbappe's up there, but there's one man in my heart.
Hey, Mandanda.
SM, Steve Mandanda. He came, he saw,
That's what I was setting you up for. That's what I was setting you up for, Brandon, and you didn't choose it. You did not choose Steve.
I'm sorry.
Steve.
No, but it's his price has not up for anyone watching as well who's looking to buy him, but very good goalkeeper. Only conceded 1 goal in 3 games. And for you guys which haven't seen the results of the games, they're going to be on the screen now, so we can see how the full tournament did play out tonight. Obviously, we had Pedri and Adnan with a 3-0 win in the first game, and it was looking like it could be a very, very long night for Jose and Canate. But in the second game, within 10 in-game minutes, there was a penalty given away. We had, obviously, the brilliant save, which Pedri saved it, Canate hit it, and the game finished 2-1 to Pedri and Adnan, taking it to 2-0 on the night. And a very, very nice goal to take away that. And then obviously the last game, which has just happened, a 2-0 victory from Pedri. They dominated from start to finish and defended like absolute beasts. So even though it was the best of 5, the first of 3, and Pedri and Adnan can get it, and they're the champions of the FIFA 22 PlayStation tournaments. Welcome to the team. And we'll be having a chat with them right now. How are you guys feeling after your 3 very, very convincing victories? Obviously, you can see the smile on the face of Pedri and the smile on the face of Adnan. How did you enjoy your time tonight, Adnan?
Yeah, I enjoyed it quite well, because I did not expect to play so well with Pedri, or he could play, obviously. He played some games, so we had a nice chemistry, and I enjoyed it very much.
And going over to you, Pedri, obviously, I've seen you before in a tournament where you're in a 2v2. You played, I think it was against Tex and Yotta, and I think there was an interesting bit of information out on that broadcast, which was that you finished very, very highly in the FUT Champions leaderboards on a weekend. Like, I think you finished better than I do. Whereabouts do you finish in the weekend league for anyone wondering?
Can you repeat the question? Sorry.
Yeah, just wondering, Pedro, where do you finish in FUT Champions on a weekend league? Do you finish very, very highly, or do you not really get to play that much?
Bueno, en FUT Champions antes, cuando las victorias pues era 16 hacia el máximo, hacía 16 victorias, y ahora la verdad no juego mucho, pero suelo hacer 16 o así.
Before, when it was 16 wins, I used to do 16, but now I play less. But sometimes when I play, I do around 16 and so on.
Nice. And I bet, Adnan, if you'd heard that bit of information before going in, you would have been very, very confident going into tonight. I know I would have been.
Yeah, sorry, can you repeat it?
So if you'd heard that Pedri had finished on 16 plus wins on the weekend league, you would have been very confident going into that game previous.
Yes, I guess so, because we played very well. Yeah.
Nice.
Adnan, what's it mean to be the champion? Adnan, you came, you saw, you conquered, you've done it with Pedri. What's it mean to be number one?
Yeah, I feel very well, and hopefully we can play together in the future and win more tournaments.
Yeah, and last one from me, for you, Pedri. How much have you enjoyed tonight? Because it seems like when you play 2v2 FIFA 22, you play really well. You make finals, and then tonight you go and win the tournament. So how much do you enjoy 2v2 FIFA?
Sí, la verdad que me lo paso bien, y más si es como una pareja como Adnan, que la verdad pues se le da muy bien el juego y he disfrutado mucho.
I really enjoy it. I really enjoy playing 2v2, and especially with a teammate like Adnan, which he's really good. I really enjoy playing.
Oh, thank you very much for your time tonight. Hopefully you guys have had a lot of fun playing FIFA 22 together, and hopefully we'll see you in more 2v tournaments in the future. But yeah, massive congratulations on winning the FIFA 22 PlayStation tournament. Welcome to the team. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you again soon. So Richard and Brandon, how have you enjoyed the first of this?
Yeah, it's been great to watch. I always love seeing professional footballers play FIFA. I'll be honest, it's a complete mixed bag. Sometimes they're outstanding, as Pedri is. I wouldn't say Konate is the bottom end of the players we've watched. I mean, I got the opportunity last year, not maybe a professional footballer. I saw Tony Bellew playing FIFA, and that is, no disrespect to Tony, he's towards the bottom end of when it comes to celebrities and professionals, sports athletes playing FIFA. Konate was probably middle of the pack. He knew what he was doing. He was good at the game, but Pedri's just at that next level. He's right up there with like Diego Jota levels of professional footballer turned FIFA player. I really enjoyed it. I love working alongside PlayStation and giving everybody at home the opportunity to see this is what you can do. You just got to get involved, compete.playstation.com, sign up, follow the TOS, and you can be here playing not only for cash prizes, not only for heaps of FIFA points, but also with some of the best football players in the world. It's an unbelievable opportunity, Brandon.
Yeah, just leading off the back of what Richie said, always a pleasure to be involved with what PlayStation have been able to create in the last 12 months or so with their tournament menus. And the great thing is, there's tournaments like tonight, which are once in a lifetime opportunity to play with professional footballers, but there are literally daily, weekly, monthly tournaments for all different skill levels, where it could be for FIFA points, for cash, for a PlayStation 5 I've seen recently you can win in these tournaments. So a great opportunity tonight. I think it's a rarity, Bateson, that we get the opportunity to speak to these professional players outside of their day-to-day, footballing careers, and then just have a bit more of a relaxed approach to a fun game of FIFA, which no doubt still was competitive this evening. So a lot of fun. And it was great to be involved.
Yeah, and you see the footballers, a majority of us see footballers on the pitch and they're fully focused, ready to go into a game of battle against other professional footballers. But when it comes to seeing them in gaming tournaments, they're very fun, very relaxed. Kanate, he's impressed. I think I'm very biased towards him being that Liverpool fan, but even seeing Pedri as well, smile on his face, has to play some FIFA and chill out. And for you guys which are looking to get more involved in tournaments and try and win some cash prizes and everything else, which Richard and Brandon did say, there is a tab on your PlayStation where you guys can have a look and sign up to some tournaments. It may not just be FIFA, but there is other games available as well. I think it's the events tab on the PlayStation 4 consoles, or check out the competition center for PlayStation 5 tournaments as well. But guys, thank you very much for your time. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching a different element of FIFA, a different viewing experience. Some good goals. Obviously, you guys will have seen better in the time that you've been watching FIFA 22, but can we vote for goal of the night? Goal of the night. Let's do that one. Goal of the night.
I mean, I think it's quite straightforward, isn't it? The Adnan ball roll scoop turn back onto his right foot, game winner in game 2. That would be my vote.
Yeah.
Say for you, Brandon?
I mean, it would have been Lewandowski for Konate, but he didn't score. So it has to be the Mbappe third goal. I think just the skill moves there, the combinations was just showcasing what a great FIFA player he is.
Yeah, and I would do a player of the tournament, but last time I threw to these two, they started going off rail, off script, and Steve Mandanda. All right, guys, Steve Mandanda is the player of the tournament. A massive thank you for everyone tuning into the broadcast. Hopefully you have enjoyed the FIFA 22 PlayStation tournaments. Welcome to the team. We got to see some insane FIFA action and not some insane FIFA action, but hopefully we do see you guys sign up to some tournaments, get involved, and maybe you could see you guys on the broadcast in the future. But guys, have a very nice rest of your evening. A massive thank you to Brandon and Richard for the company tonight, and a massive thank you for Team Pedri and Team Konate for taking part in FIFA 2v2 tournament. Until next time, guys, have a nice rest of your evening, and bye-bye.